everyone, and welcome to today's episode. It's such an honor and a pleasure to have you listening in on this interview. We'll start with a question. Are you youth by the government's definition, that is 35 years or younger? And more specifically, are you a woman considering venturing into farming or even generally agriculture as a career? In our quest to empower and build the capacity of aspiring as well as practicing farmers as Rise Africa Agricultural Services, we found ourselves in the heart of Kajiado County. For those who are familiar with Kajiado County, this is an arid and it's classified as part of the arid and semi-arid areas in Kenya. We have the honor today of interviewing quite an exceptional farmer, Lucy Wangari, who's otherwise known as the Onion Doctor. Lucy is an award-winning farmer with impact globally. She started farming at the age of 21 and ventured into consultancy in her mid-20s to date, and she's still youth. So this is a challenge to my fellow youth. Are you, once again I'll ask, considering farming or even venturing into agriculture as a career? Will you be, like Lucy, one who redefines that narrative that farming is for those who are retired? That is not necessarily true. And today we are going to find out why I say that is not necessarily true. We are going to listen to Lucy as she tells us her own story and her journey into farming and why exactly she ventured into onion farming. She'll shed a little bit more light into onion farming as well as garlic farming. But before we get to Lucy, here's a quick fact about onions. Did you know, especially with the red onions, that the cry gas is the syn propanathial, I hope I pronounced that right, S-oxide gas, and it is a defense mechanism. It uses that gas to keep off pests and animals, especially as it's growing on the ground. You'll realize most organic farmers use it as a pest control mechanism, especially when you're doing organic farming, but not limited to that. Let's take a pause there and go meet Lucy. Karibuni. Hi, Josephine. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good.
Okay.
Nice to meet you today.
A pleasure.
We are here for Lucy.
Okay.
Kindly usher us to her.
Welcome. She is over here.
Thank you. Hi, Lucy. How are you?
Hi. Karibu.
Asante sana. It's
Welcome.
a pleasure to be here.
Karibu.
Thanks a lot for having us.
Have a seat.
We are really eager on learning from experienced farmers. I know learning never ends, but we are pretty keen on learning from experienced farmers who just specialized in whatever it is they've specialized in. And for you, we know you have specialized in onions and more specifically the red onion as well as garlic. And we look forward to you taking us, around the farm as you explain the whole process of cultivation from seeds all the way to harvest and markets. But before we get there, you have quite a unique story that we want to hear from you. I intentionally did want to I've just whet the appetite of our viewers, our listeners, and I want you to do that story justice by telling it yourself as you know it. I introduced you, I've told them how you started farming at the age of 21. You're still youth by definition of the government. Ventured into consultancy in your mid-20s. And here's to just, I'm really hoping that this is an interview that would encourage other youth out there and more so women, because we want to rewrite that narrative of, it's commonly said, or people think you go work on the white collar jobs and everything and then retire to farming. But we need to redefine that narrative, and you already are doing it. So over to you. Tell us your story. Like, where did you start? Did you always have a passion for agriculture? What's your background in terms of your education so far? Yes, take it on.
All right. Welcome to our farm. Pole kwa safari. I know it's quite a distance.
It's okay.
Yes. So welcome to Onion Doctor. My story is a story of an ordinary Kenyan. Ordinary, I mean just a Kenyan born in an ordinary home. I'm an only child.
Oh, nice. So you had everything.
Well, that's the assumption.
Okay.
But also I had all the responsibilities that are distributed
Right.
among children. So born and raised in an urban area, actually. My mom has no farming bone in her. None at all.
Okay.
Well, my grandparents are farmers.
Okay.
So my younger self got introduced to agriculture when I would visit my grandparents over the holidays, which was not often, you know. So, and even when I went to visit them, I'd be given the home jobs because I was too lazy for the farm, or I was unequipped to be in a farm. So my services were more needed at home, you know, doing dishes,
clean the house,
prepare lunch. That's what I was doing more, because in the farm I was just a lazy bone.
Oh, okay.
But then somewhere along life, when I joined university, I went to JKUAT, and I chose a career in agriculture. That is what I did in my undergraduate. And even with that, I was still not so sure.
Was it just, you know, I need to choose a career, so picky ponky agriculture, or were you quite was there an intentionality into like when you ventured into agriculture?
I think my career mentors at that point, my mom included, was always get a career that you can employ yourself in.
Oh, nice. That's great advice.
I had an A- in KCSE, so
whoa,
I had a myriad of options when I was choosing agriculture.
Please pause. I need to say this. Yeah. Farming is not for the people who, as is commonly said, wameshindwa na masomo. No. To the non-Swahili speakers, that simply means farming is not for the people who are unable to study or thrive academically. She's mentioned she had an A-. To those who are not Kenyans, an A- is the second best grade you can get, based on the previous 844 system. Yes.
So at that point in my class, we were to either venture into crop production, crop protection, or veterinary services. And for veterinary, the cluster I was, you have to get about 78 points, because you know you're treating things. That is a level of agriculture that I studied in school. So if I was to be in careers, maybe I'd be somewhere in Ministry of Agriculture, going to those places where there's an outbreak of some pest, some disease, some animal. Those guys, those are my classmates. Most of them, that is what they do currently. Or you will see them in irrigation schemes, government irrigation schemes, checking the water flow, all those things. Those were my classmates. But as I said, I was always it was a norm. Get a career that you can educate yourself and you can also employ yourself. It was as simple as that. So that is how I found myself in agriculture.
Okay.
And I was a very bright student in campus as well.
Okay.
It has just been a thing that I've always done. A teacher's pet as well, a thing that I've always done.
Okay.
And so when I was in 4th year, I went to the head of department. He was called Dr. Obiero from JKUAT. And I went and told him, you know, I come from Kirinyaga. I hear people only get careers when they know people in Nairobi. You have to know somebody. I told him, you're the only person I know in Nairobi. I don't know any other person in Nairobi. So I am seated here and I'm not leaving this office until you tell me what I will do after my education in JKUAT. At that point, I was doing my what is it called? Project. For their project at Moya Irrigation Scheme. We were trying to test the water levels and how rice farming is affecting the ecosystem. So my introduction to agriculture was not farming. It was the larger scope of agriculture as an art and a science and a tool for social change. So my view for agriculture really had very little to do with plant harvest, but more agriculture as a whole. What is this? Agriculture as a tool for social change. Agriculture as a tool for climate action, climate justice. That was the kind of exposure I had. Soil science is so difficult, was for me really difficult. You're looking at soils, you're looking at porosity, you know, a lot of things.
A lot of things.
So I'm there with Dr. Obiri and tell him, Daktari, by the way, when unajua in Nairobi, I was the class rep anyway. You really have to tell me how I'm going to survive this Nairobi. Because if there's one thing I'm not doing, I'm not going back to Kirinyaga. It's not happening. No, it's not happening. So at that point, Israel were doing Israel and Kenya trying to tie their relations, and then there was a program that was coming, and then the 25 best in every university were going to go to Israel for 1 year. So Daktari told me those guys are going to come. They are the ones who are interviewing themselves. They know what they are looking at. Ours is just to give them around the top 50, 100 students in JKUAT, the whole agricultural department. They will choose from there. So that was me. Did the interview, just did the interview, and then I remember we did the interviews in April, no, in March. I graduated in April, and then after graduating in April, I got the news that I would be traveling to Israel in May. I was just so happy. You don't really graduate, coming like, just yes. So now I don't come from money at all. So I had to work so that I saved for my passport. And then my suitcase, and then I'm just a girl, so I want nice outfits for going to Israel. You know, I'm happy. I'm the first one in my family to go outside the country. And then now, JKUAT had a program where we would go work in those farms, then pay back the flight, the cost of the flight, the cost of what else? The visa. I don't know if there was visa. I never did any of that process was done for us who were in JKUAT.
Okay, so it was more of a work exchange program, work and learning exchange program.
Yes.
Okay. So how old were you?
At that point, I was just turned 20.
Turning 20. I told you she ventured into agriculture in her early 20s.
Yes. So at that point, I'm just 20. I'm excited. I'm over the moon. Oh my God, that flight. We used Ethiopian Airline. I still have photos. Endless photos. So we flew. I remember it. We flew from Kenya to Ethiopia, then from Ethiopia to Israel. And then in that aircraft, it's my first time. Are you taking wine? Are you taking this? I was just excited. I was excited. And then you're told we are now flying past River Nile. You could not tell me otherwise. I knew that was agriculture that has done for me. That is what agriculture has done for me.
Okay.
And there's no turning back. So from that point henceforth, I think when I was a younger girl, we had a deal with my mom.
Okay.
Her job was to pay school fees. My job was to study. Okay. And it was as simple as that. My dad had died earlier on, so my mom, we just had that relationship. So at this point, she's saying, even if you want to do PhD, I will pay. But then I'm here telling myself, oh my God, I had never dreamt of flying. You know, and then here I am, I'm flying. I went to Israel the first 1 week. I did video calls. At that point, we were doing Skype. There was no WhatsApp.
Skype.
Yes, I'm doing Skype. But then this is how I fell in love with agriculture. So in one of the greenhouses, we went when we were being taught about how to self-pollinate capsicum. And then it was green. So we did the pollination, we are being trained because we were doing the crops for export, I think, to Europe market. And then after about 2 weeks when I went, the hohos already green, which was nice. And then after a week, they were red. Oh my God, I fell in love with that. I don't know if it's a color red that impressed me or I don't know.
The magic of nature.
The magic. That moment for me was turning point. And I knew this is it. This is it. There's no way. There's no any other way out. And then the fact that I told you earlier, my mama told me, wewe soma mimi nitalipa school fees. There's that single-mindedness that had been and has always been an advantage. While it has so many disadvantages, it keeps you focused.
Yeah.
This is your thing, do it. So I just went, never questioning myself. I read, I pass exams. That's just who I am. I have never really questioned any of those things. These imposter syndromes, I've never had them.
No.
I just know this is my thing. I do my thing. I'm good at my thing. Anything outside my thing, it's not my thing.
Yes.
You get?
I love this thing.
It's just not. So I will say, I want to be the best agronomist there is. So if you ask me about construction, I don't know much. But that single-mindedness helped me a lot. Because when you're young, there's that thing of we tend to debate a lot within ourselves. Am I good enough? Am I... Well, at that point when people are debating, are they good enough? I am telling myself, I am energetic enough. I will go to wherever place. I will learn.
Such optimism.
Yes, I will learn whatever I need to learn. I have the energy, I have the time. So countdown Israel, saved up a bit of money. I would even cook chapatis and sell. I had such
In
a
Israel?
blast. I had a blast.
Where'd you get the wheat flour? You carried a little bit of eggs.
It was there. It was there. You know, Israelis do a lot of it, even in those holidays of the Israeli
the
holidays.
Passover,
Yes. I had a
festivals
blast.
and
I had a blast in Israel. I toured everything there is to tour. Mimi nilijibamba. Again, at that point I'm 20, turning 21. What is there to life? Just have fun.
And grow. I pass.
And then I got, when the program was over, I had an excellence. I passed with excellence.
Wow, congratulations.
School has never been an issue. I just knew it's my thing. I study well, I pass exams.
Nice.
That is just it. So after that, we come back to Kenya. Then the question is, what do you do now that you're in Kenya? Again, I keep saying, I don't come from money. Yes, I have gone there, I have had the global exposure. But coming home, there's no land I'm going to. There's no financial backing I'm going to. And the truth be told is agriculture is very expensive, especially if you decide to farm. The initial investment is quite high. So I don't know. I don't have anywhere to go to. Then I'm just there. I start doing businesses. I've always done small things here and there. So at that point, I see somebody send me a post of a farm that is looking for a farm manager. I apply. Get called the next day.
Okay.
I go. I qualify. Just like that. I'm like, okay.
I think they saw Israel and like...
this is what we want. So quickly, I packed up. I went to Kiambu. The farm was in Kiambu. Then that is where I got now proper exposure, if I may. Because as I told you, my introduction with agriculture was broad. It was not farming. So now, how do you make agribusiness out of agriculture? So my then boss just, this is the budget we have. This is a farm. I am willing to pay these kind of people, manage it. If you want to kill the business, kill it. If you want to make it successful, make it successful. For me, I want to come here and be happy.
It was an open challenge to you.
Yes. So for them, they just wanted, when they come with the family, there's somewhere they can come with the weekend, you know, that kind of thing. I'm like, oh, so people can do that. Again, my mind is opening up. People can do that. And then I start believing within myself that wanting greatness is okay. You have to tell yourself those things. Wanting greatness
is okay.
Is absolutely okay. Now I'm a farm manager at 21. I'm managing. I would cry every day. I won't lie. It is difficult managing people. More importantly,
people, not the farm.
More important, it's even difficult managing yourself. I know we say at 21, 22 we're adults, but then there's a lot of people skill to learn. There's a lot of things you need to learn. And now I'm learning on the job. And it is difficult. You're managing people who are older than you. It's very difficult for me at that point. You have the energy to do things, but then there's a way you come from Israel with this kind of knowledge. You need to know how to bring it down to Kenya and build it up. Yes. So that was quite a bit. I used to cry a lot. I won't lie, a lot. A lot.
We have an honest farmer here.
So and then so now when my boss would just come weekly. So I ran the farm as if it was my own. I'd wake up, this is what we are doing, plan. That's when I learn. This is how you plan. This is how you set a goal. This is how you do this and that. And again, my single-mindedness helped me a lot. I'm very single-minded. It helped me a lot. Because now we are farming. That is it. And then shortly after that, about 2 years into it, I started getting requests to do interviews. TV interviews. Back then, TikTok was still not a thing, so there was a lot of concentration span on the TV. First, I refused. I'm wondering why now. Should I not? Then one time, I'm like, let me do one. Then I made a simple mistake. I gave my phone number instead of the company's phone number. Very simple, innocent mistake. When I was asked, how can we reach you? So people started reaching me. And then one time, this lady, Mary, I'll never forget her. She came. She came with her friends. I saw those ladies. I'm like, I can be one of those. You know, the ones you have your hat on, your sunglasses, the big glasses, you smell nice, you've dressed properly. I'm like, these are the standards. When I saw Mary, I was like, these. Because she was driving. And like, these are the standards. But then she did something to me that opened my eyes. She told me, this farm that you're running is very successful. I'd like to take you to Nanyuki, to my farm. You check it for me. I will take you to Nanyuki and bring you back. Like, road trip, sour. So we left on a it was, I think, April season. I think it was the Good Friday, that period.
Easter period.
Yes, so we went to Nanyuki. For me, it was exciting. Again, it's exciting. I'm not sliding through life per se, but I am looking back. That is what is setting me up for wanting big things and saying, I can walk into this room and demand this thing. So we went. And then when we came back, she paid me 5,000 shillings.
Just for going and coming back?
Of course, we planned the whole farm, set up these, gave crop production guide. These are the chemicals we use at this point. This is the greenhouse. This is happening because of this. You know, I'm trained in those things. So me, I just went to give information the way you can. I was just happy to have a road trip anyway. I came back, she paid me 5,000 shillings. And that is when my world opened up.
Back then, it felt like it was a lot.
And I realized, so I can be paid because I know things.
Yes.
Oh my God, nobody taught me that. I actually thought it's either I farm or I get those kind of employment where, oh my God, I can get paid to do that. And when all those things were happening on TV, it was about onions. So when I left that farm where I used to work
in Kiambu, was the farm focusing on onion farming?
No, we did a lot of crops. But at the end of the year, the crop that made a lot of financial sense was onions. It would pay us. The farm was big enough, so we could plant 2 acres per month. We would sell 2 acres per month. We would know the average price So that's how we began it. And when I left veteran, I just texted my friend. Her name is Koi. Koi, what does the name Onion Doctor mean to you? I woke up from nowhere at night, texted her on WhatsApp. She told me it's either you succeed with onions or you fail. And that is how I just ran with the name Onion Doctor up to today.
Okay, how many years has that been now?
From 2020 to now.
I see 2026, so that's 6 years.
Yes. 6 years. So what I began after Mary opened up my world to, you can carry your bag and earn money. So I started going to farms, referrals. You go, shida iko hapa, do this, irrigation, build it up pole pole. And then after 1 year, I started getting the request of, we want to see what you do. But then I wonder, where are you going to exactly see it? Because I have to ask for permission from the farms that I'm managing. And most of the people don't like a lot of
visitors around their farms.
Yes, and most so they don't like, you don't know who's coming. So they don't like it. They like closing it up. So I saved up 100K, came to this place. Somewhere farm huko chini, list land. I was happy.
Okay, when she says this place, it actually is Kajiado County. I told you we're in the heart of Kajiado County.
So I list a farm with 100K. I list half an acre for 3 years, and was able to do some drip lines. And I was like, this is going to be Onion Doctor's demo farm. 3 months. Hata hazikuisha. Lost the lease. It was a scam.
Oh no.
All my life savings gone.
Oh.
What?
It's quite a hitch.
I'm like, now what is this? So it happened, the person we were doing land leases with was the farm manager, not the farm owner.
Oh, okay.
So when the owner came, said we are squatters, we need to leave his premises.
Where was the farm manager at that point?
Prison. Yes. So I'm there, I'm so helpless. Kwetu ni Kirinyaga, I don't have anybody here. I want to know what do I do next. But I just approached the person. Again, after I've never had a problem of feeling wishy-washy. It's really never in my place to do that.
You're not a pity story. You can rise from whatever challenges.
Yes. So I went and told them, I've just learned the last 3 months. This is a payment. I've paid via M-Pesa. You can see I have paid. But then they say, you have not paid us. We are the farm owners. What do we do? So he says, I am going to list the land to you for 1 year. You're going to give me 50,000. Was it 50? It was 30,000 as an insurance that you're going to stay here for 1 year. And then now for your land lease, and you're going to be paying for water.
Okay.
That's the condition. I say, fine. I don't have the money. But I say, fine.
Okay.
I say, fine, give me a month. We will begin this.
Okay.
I will pay, but this land is mine. So at that 30,000, I give them 15,000. That was my rent money. I give them the 15K. I say, we will do. At this point, I am documenting my story online. I am at this farm, Nini. That's how I'm getting my clients. So a lot of Facebook, a lot of Twitter. Actually, Twitter was my strength. So I got a lot of clients. So every money I would make out of visits, I come, I save up, I pay these people. I got my first employee. They were managing the farm. I was going outside looking for farmers visiting their farms. They would come to the farm, train them, make some bit of money. I'm still building capital at this point. I'm still building capital. And then I start getting into programs. I applied for programs, even when I didn't know what is application. Even when the program says your company needs to have made a revenue of 50 million that year, I am applying. Even without that company registration certificate, I am just applying. You ask me where I am applying, I say I need to understand how to apply these things. You realize the language is different from the English you speak with the English in applications, with what you speak with farmers. So I'm there, I'm learning. And then I get into that group of now youth in agribusiness in Kenya. I find myself in that space. And I occupy it unapologetically.
Youth in agribusiness.
Yes,
when you say it's a group, is it an online group somewhere in Facebook, Instagram, or it's just generally a category of group, youth in agribusiness?
It's a category in Kenya. So we find that's when climate action is a big thing. I find myself in those places. I find myself called in conferences. I walk there confidently. Oh my, I go there confidently.
I love it.
So when I go there, I speak my story. I start getting now a different kind of exposure of agriculture. That agriculture is not farming only. There's policy that can be done in agriculture. There's like what we are doing today, storytelling in agriculture. Agriculture is a myriad of things. So that's where I start getting global exposure. I find myself speaking with the Uhuru president. We're talking about policy of youth in agri. I find myself in those spaces. Not a single day do I feel like I don't deserve. I'm like, finally, hata nimengoja, you know.
I love that attitude.
I go do that, come back. But then I'm land lease upper. The owner says we are not doing land leases anymore.
Okay.
I can't buy land. I cannot afford it at that point.
Okay.
I cannot. There's so much I can't do. So me and my boda guy who was taking seedlings nini, it's me and him. My brother, hauniachi, lazima unianyeshe shambani taglis. We get another land for lease. Aya, we go. Put all the savings for the year. Because it's not, again, I'm speaking to the youthful people here. You can build brick upon brick.
Yes.
There's no magic, it's just consistency, brick upon brick.
I love that consistency.
Yes, brick upon brick. You may want, like for me, the vision I have for Onion Doctor, it's so big it scares me. But where I am today, I'm appreciative, but I know I need to get there. Yes. Brick upon brick. So I get that other farm lease, start off. Kidogo to, that was a 3-year leasehold. After year 1, says I'm not leasing this land for you anymore. Now I'm stranded again.
You had paid for 3 years. Yeah. Were they refunding the money?
No. I'm stranded again. This is 2020. That's the reason past. I'm stranded again. Starting again. Leasehold is a very difficult thing. Eventually we come here, But then when I'm still applying for those programs, I get into one KCIC, Kenya Climate Innovation Center. That is when I learned what we do, encouraging farmers to do drip irrigation, use hybrid seeds, is climate action. That's when
Yes,
I learned.
it is.
Yes, that's when I learned those terms. That is when I learned how to position my business properly. Because there's what you do with farmers, and then there's how you position the business. I learned that. I'm appreciating that I'm learning that. So out of that, I get a grant, a proof of concept grant.
Okay.
It opens up my world. So I'm able to do proper leases, proper irrigation systems, opens up my world like that. Now when farmers come, there's a place they can come pick seedlings. It opens my world like that. I learn how to build a team, a lean team. Sikuwe na watu 50, kuwa na maybe mandatory 7, the others they can come when there is
need be basis.
Yes. I continue building up. At that point, I've worked with so many farmers. We've done so much with farming. I'm becoming more confident. 2023, I apply now. I'm not applying on a Kenyan scale anymore. I'm like, Africa, bring it on. Later. So we go in an African scale. 2023, there's this program. It had started in 2021 where Africa, in an African scale, they are picking up youth in agribusiness whose businesses have potential of employing people and also climate action a lot, and then they would support them through it. 2021, I saw some of my friends apply, I did not get. 2022, I applied, did not get it. Again, 2023, I applied.
Same program.
Yes.
Okay.
I applied. And then I get congratulations. I was so happy. Oh my God. That now opened up my world in another dimension. Because now that program is by African Development Bank. You're competing in an African scale. They're picking 8 enterprises and somehow you're there. That's not small. It wasn't. And then we were announced in what's the name of COP 26, so it was in COP 20, it was in Dubai. That's where we are getting notification that we have won. We're in Dubai. I'm like, this is the life. This is what agriculture is and what it can be. So when I got into that program, it opened my world. When African Development Bank backs you for something, that is it. So that was in 2023. At that point, again, I see agriculture not just as farming but as beyond. We had begun doing an application where we were using machine learning and AI for pest and disease identification, specifically for onions and our area of onions. In our sub-Saharan African area, we know the common pests, the common diseases, how to cure them. I was just telling myself, my mind needs to go to something that can be given to people that is beyond me. So that is how we got in, we built it up until this very day that you're here. I got to now, after the African development, and now I'm getting audacious. Audacity is increasing. Like, not Africa, I want to global now.
And you have gone global, really.
I have. Then I started doing FAO.
Pause. You mentioned, and I know this is very important for any aspiring or practicing onion farmer there. You've mentioned about that app. Could you kindly just talk a little bit more about it? What's the name of the app? How can one access it? Is it through Play Store, iOS? Does it have a web component to it? Please tell us a little bit more about it so that our viewers can benefit from it as well.
The app is called Onion Doctor, actually.
Simply that?
Yes, simple. Okay. It's available on Play Store. Or iOS, not yet. But it's available on Play Store. It's also a web-based platform. And we're also trying to have it accessed through USSD. We are actually in the final stages for that, because we want it to be as simple as possible and as complex as possible for one who wants complexity. The basics of it is you can take a photo, it analyzes the image for you, tells you what the issue is, and then it has the backend option of, if the answer you got is not satisfactory, it takes you now back to us via WhatsApp, where we are able to discuss further. So there's that human element of it. It also serves as a place for data keeping, record keeping for farmers. You can put all your records where umepanda hii at this date. It's able to tell you the weather, when it's going to come.
Oh, weather, nice.
Yes, and then there's also the alerts that you're able to get. If the disease we see, if the percentage is very high, the alert comes to you via email or via SMS. And then it's basically farming put in, because some of our farmers are farmers who are not in Kenya, for example, but they have farms in Kenya. So we try to make it as easy. Again, I learned some of these things in Israel. So I saw it's actually possible and it's doable. So when you take a photo there, it gives you that imprint. It has also a collaborative aspect where we collaborate with other agronomists from anywhere. And that is a tool that we have been waiting for us to scale. Because my idea of Onion Doctor, or my dream, I said very audacious. You know how you go to Kenchik, for example. Kenchik has what? Has chicks. It has unga, the feeds. It has market for all the chicken. So it buys back, and then it value adds, and then you get chicken sausages. That is the dream for Onion Doctor. Very simple, only with onions. So looking at onion as a value chain, we have been able to build it from, we have perfected production. The app is to help us manage many farms at a go. So right now we are at the point of, the next thing for us is value addition, but just within the onion value chain.
Nice. Okay. Thanks for shedding more light on that. If you'd like to know how to use it, experience is the best teacher, they say. So go download it or just access it on the web and go through the process of it, especially if you're interested or you're currently farming onions. All right.
So now we got to a point of, now after that, here we are still dreaming of having a Kenchik but in onions, or a dairy or a Brookside but in onions. We will get there.
You will most certainly get
Definitely
there.
we'll get there. But we build it brick upon brick. So now, speaking as a woman now, my mind told me,
and a young woman to be
yes,
specific.
Yes, in my mind, I am a believer of conceptualizing things in my head first. I feel them, I taste them. I don't know if it makes sense. I taste them and then they become. So now, when I was doing all those things, I tell myself, do I want to become a mother? The answer is yes. What kind of a mother do I want to become? I have that one on a list. Do I want to become a wife? Most definitely yes. What type of wife do I want to become? Put it on a list. What type of a husband do I want? Put it on a list. And then I'm like, now this is me and God just talking. If this is the kind of wife I want to become, and I am here, kuna kazi.
I like that, because most people will only focus on the one they want and how they want to do it, but then they don't look internally and check.
Yes.
I know you've digressed, but it's still, you can't take away other parts from a farmer.
Yes. So those are the parts I'm like, so this is what I want and this is where I am. Hapo kuna kakazi. Then I tell God, by the way, usini confuse. For a husband, bring him when I get there. In the meantime, let me work on my business and myself so that I get to this point. When this point comes, bring that man. And that is what, you know, that is how sometimes I conceptualize things. Just take a moment to, because again, as a woman, I believe the fact that God blesses a majority of us with a uterus is just a realization that we have ability to create.
Yes.
It is in us. It is embedded in us. All we need to do is come to the realization and become a creator. Some say natural, I say create. You create things. The same way you can create a child. You're given a seed, it becomes a baby.
Yes.
It's the same way God will give you a seed of business and it becomes. Just need to have the patience to, first of all, work with yourself as a woman. Just work with yourself, build, create, it becomes.
Allow me to intentionally just take yet another pause there and ask this on behalf of women out there, because one of the challenges that a good number of women, and it is the truth, have had is one, you're successful and then you get married, and somehow, some way, it's like you take a dip.
Yes.
Someone who said, be careful who you marry. Don't marry you know, be careful who you marry. Don't marry someone who thinks you're competition.
Yes.
Marry someone who looks at you as a partner, and when you win, they consider themselves winning, and you yourselves also, you support them in winning. What would you tell any woman there, regardless of the age, but also specifically focusing on the young ladies who are just like, I might, men might be scared if I thrive. You are thriving and you're continuing to thrive. There's no one who ever gets to a place where they say, I've thrived enough. You never stop learning, you never stop growing. What advice would you give them? As I love what you said, you worked on yourself also as you're trusting God, like, you know, to give you a man who matches up and who you will serve your purpose and grow together. What advice would you give to women out there, and especially those who are not yet married? I'll ask that because you started that journey before you were married, and you started making those decisions on whom to marry before you're married, and especially women who are thinking of farming like you.
Well, I think let me speak this in a very vulnerable way.
Okay.
I believe there's what you want in whatever aspect of life. It is there for you. And if you're a Christian, it is not God-like to be small.
I love that. You don't serve a small God.
Yeah, it's not God-like to be minimal. I believe what you want is there. All you have to ask. If you're a Christian, you know we are the children of God. We have inherited everything. So it is not an issue of if, it's an issue of when. And before the when comes, what happens is, this is my belief, is that there are some things you have to do to become, to receive, you know.
Nice.
For example, a 5-year-old, if you give them a Lamborghini, what will they do with it?
Crash it.
Crash
They
it.
can even reach to the pedals.
For them, it would be maybe more helpful if they got a bicycle that they can train in to ride a bicycle. But then maybe at some certain age, that becomes a gift for them. So there's that growing.
When they're mature enough.
Yes, there's that. Even, for example, Jesus was God from you when he was a baby, but ministry began when he was 30.
30, yeah.
There's that aspect of you need to become so that you can be able to receive. So whatever it is, I believe as women, you don't set standards, you become the standards. And then somehow you will dismiss everybody else who is not of that. Unajua kuna hizi jokes zinasemanga ukitaka mwanaume wako na gari mkutane couch. Unajua hizo?
That's a nice one.
Kuna hizo jokes zinakuanga physical.
Yeah.
It is a reality though. It is sort of a reality. And I keep planning. I keep becoming, but then the truth of the matter is, as a lady, if you're looking towards those things, you receive, because I don't know how to put this. Kuna baraka zingine hata ukipoa saizi zinakugua.
Yeah. You need to be well prepared for it.
Kuna ile you need to be well prepared for some of. So as a lady, if you want somebody who will respect maybe who you are as a being, the fact that you have a purpose outside marriage, or the fact that career gives you pride, or you want this and that, you become that. Yes.
I'd say just to add on to what she said, when you're saying, like, I'm paraphrasing, you'll push away whoever is not it. I think sometimes that can be a blessing, because you were made to thrive. You have a purpose. By all means, pursue that purpose. And as she said, just trust God to give you whoever will be used to also help you accomplish that purpose as you do the same, because the risk is also in taking that selfish view. Think of the other person also, and work together, pursue purpose together. You might not be, alas this, is your husband also a farmer? No. So you might not be in the same career line, but that doesn't mean both of you can't thrive. She still is thriving. Yeah. So pursue purpose. It's a blessing when you lose, it's really not a loss, it is a blessing. Those people who think they can't handle you because you are thriving more. Mm-mm. Anyone who is of you will not be intimidated by your successes. They will actually support you and celebrate you as you succeed.
I like what you said. I think that is it.
Yeah.
I like what you said. So maybe back to farming.
Yes, back to our farming.
Yes, back to our farming.
Yeah.
So as you find us here today, we are going to go to the farm, do a trip in the farm, what we have, what we hope to get, and what we do as we hope to get those things.
Okay.
Yes.
Before we go out, there are some awards here.
Yes.
I told guys you're an award-winning farmer. For the sake of my reputation, so that they know I'm telling the truth. Anyway, jokes. Please tell us a little bit more about the awards you've won. You mentioned the one by the Africa Development Bank, and they needed 8 people in Africa. She was one of them. Took 3 applications, applications, and she got it eventually. Tell us a little bit more about some of the awards you have gotten.
I think the first award I got was this one.
Okay.
It's Youth of the Year, top 35 under 35. That was in 2021. As I mentioned, when you look at agriculture beyond farming, opportunities are endless. You farm, but then opportunities are endless beyond farming. So what this award did for me as a person is that it gave me, do I say authority?
Confidence. And the assurance that you can do it.
And at this point, I'm not even able to meet rent properly, but I'm getting awards.
Wow.
Because it is what it is. At that point, I'm telling myself, maybe someday it's going to happen. But in the meantime, I read books. Oh my God, for anybody who is below 30, just read a book called Why Your 20s Matter.
Why Your 20s Matter. Who's the author?
I may not remember her name, but it's a lady. But that book, that book changed my view for life. Because, you know, I come from a background when you finish university, you get married. That was it.
The norm.
That is the kawaida. Finish university, get a job, get married. But then there's somebody who's like, finish university, build a business. Why Your 20s Matter. That book changed my view for life.
Would you recommend it for anyone who's above 20? Because
it's between 20 and 30. Why Your 20s Matter. The younger the better.
The younger
but
the
it's
better.
Never too late anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
It helps you create purpose. It helps you conceptualize. You know, setting a goal is not simple. When the year starts, we say I want to lose 10 kgs. But then you don't get to a point of saying that is 365 days. That is this per day. This is what I need to
break
do.
It down
this
to
is
the details.
Yes, and then I read a lot of Warren Buffett at that time.
Warren Buffett,
business. Business. In my head, I'm this business woman. Na niko kwa bedsitter yangu properly. Oh my head. Kwanza that bedsitter used to live mahali bila gari wezi access. No, ukiwa na gari you can't access.
Okay,
you need to be.
For those who are not familiar with bedsitters, let me break it down for you. It's a very, very humble studio, self-contained studio. Yes, that's as much as I can say. Wacha nisichome. Let me switch to Swahili and say, wacha nisichome.
So, with a car, you can't access the place. You need to be either walking or in a buddha. But in my head, I'm reading these things. I'm reading the books. I'm just listening when I'm cleaning. That is the only thing that was occupying my head. As I told you, I have a blessing and of being single-minded. It's a good or a bad thing. So at that point, I'm like, I need to build something that is beyond one person. So that is all I'm listening to. I remember when I'm losing those land leases, I was going to Ololua and I'm telling God, it can't be like this, by the way. You need to switch it up. It cannot. How can it be that when I'm leaving my farm to go to Kiserian, I am passing 100,000 of acres, yet I can't get 1 acre? What do you mean? Ata Mungu acha jokes. Yani, what do you mean? At no single point did I ever sit and think that being small is okay. It isn't okay. So in whatever way, just listening to those books, So that's when I got this award. I'm still not meeting rent properly, but I got the award.
Okay.
And then at this point, when I'm not being able to pay my rent properly, I moved from my bedsitter to 1 bedroom. Crazy.
Okay.
I moved from my bedsitter to a 1 bedroom. Na bado nashinda kulipa bedsitter. I moved there. I am telling you, for 6 months sikuwa na bulb ya sitting room. Hata hakuwa na kitu sitting room, hata bulb hakukuwa. Yes. Sikuwa hata na bulb ya sitting room. Kwa sababu maisha yangu ilikuwa natoka job, mimi bulb, kitchen na bedroom na choo. That's the only, I mean, bedsitter mentality is following me in my 1 bedroom house.
At what point did you lose that bedsitter mentality? Because you have to lose it also to go to advance, to move forward.
So in my 1 bedroom, first 6 months, actually hata nilikuwa nimeweka nini curtain ya, not curtain, nilikuwa na one of the bed sheet nilikuwa nini ya sitting. And it was as useless as, there's nothing I was doing there. Sikuwa hata na bulb.
That's a bachelor's life.
Sikuwa hata na bulb. I lived like that for 6 months. Yes, so I was like that. And then eventually I told myself I need to buy a seat. Watu wakikuja kwangu watakuwa naenda kwa bedroom na niko na sitting room. What do you mean? Cannot be like that. So eventually, actually my mom visited me and she was one who was challenging me. Ai Wangari, ai ataka hata wewe, ai hivyo.
Trust a mother to do that.
Yes. And then me, because I am me and I play like me, I'm like, I'm not doing a small seat. I will save up. Kwanza matatu nikaenda this place Jogo Road where they have very nice seats. Jogo Road. Nikaona kiti ya 60,000. Na sina bulb, kiti ni 60,000. Nikamwambia nitakujia next month. Nitakujia next month.
Okay.
Yes. Na nikaenda nikampelekea deposit ya 10k the other one. Nikamwambia in 2 weeks nakuja kulipa hii kiti. That is how I have always believed it. You need to ask. You need to be audacious enough to ask.
Take the first step and just move.
Be audacious enough to ask for whatever. Hata right now I want a borehole. I don't have the money, but I'm next year we kuja itakuwa hapa. That is it. It's you just ask for there. You just asking is free. There's somebody who said kuitisha kitu ni free. Or even dreaming is free. That is Warren who says that dreaming is free. So free that it is wrong for you not to dream, because it's free. And I know it sounds like privilege, because there are some people who cannot even conceptualize dreaming, and their circumstances does not allow them to dream. And when I was growing up as a small girl, those were my circumstances. I've gone through period poverty, I've gone through all those things. So my circumstances were, you're not allowed to dream. But then who is me? Maybe when I was, if you'd have asked me when I was in primary school, I wanted to go to Kabare Girls, go to JKUAT, then get a job. And it happened that way.
Exactly as your dreams.
Yes. So it is that. And then again, my mom, regardless of our circumstances, my mom made me believe different. My mom, I'm the first in my family to go to university. My mom made it that way for me. It was, I mean, regardless of the circumstances that we were in, and there were quite some heavy circumstances, I still went to school with a bus in primary school. Na kama my mom was, shule utaenda na utasoma. That is
Negotiable.
It's a non-negotiable. So my mom dreaming for me in that way, because after my dad died, you know, those things, you know, those things that happened there, we were designed to fail. My mom and dad, let me put it that way. We were designed to fail. I was designed to be married off as soon as you were able to get married off. But then my mom refused those circumstances.
Yes.
In return, she passed on that to me. I also refused those. I would see watu yani visiting day, the way they are eating yani.
The pilaus, the chickens, the chips, every other thing. Chapatis.
And we are going through period poverty at that point. I'm like, apana. This is the life. This is the life for me. This is circumstances, but this is not the life. Just build it like that.
I'd like to mention something that now that we are talking about business and business people, There's an African businessman. His name is Dr. Wale Akinyemi. He's written quite a number of books. He speaks quite a lot even in Kenya. And there's something he once said. I might end up paraphrasing it, which is okay. The concept is still there. I said, if your mind leaves the slum, your entire body will have no other option than to leave that slum.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, I like that. I think that is the reality. And even as we talk about youth and women in farming, that is the mentality we need to carry. It's not the mentality of woye. It is the mentality of despite this, I will. That is the mentality that has carried me through life. Where I am at right now, it's the mentality that is going to carry me to where I want to go to.
Yeah, and you will go far. Thanks for that. I don't know whether we've only mentioned this other award and the Africa Development Bank.
Yes.
Please talk about the others and inspire
Yes.
someone. Thanks a lot. Allow me to just appreciate you and even on behalf of our viewers for just being vulnerable enough to share a little bit about your background. I'm quite sure there is not just a woman out there, but really even a man out there who's being inspired by this, because at the end of the day, women or men, we still are human beings, we still are people, and anyone can rise from wherever it is they are. It is written in the good book. It says, be careful what you think, because your thoughts shape your life. And that is very clear. Regardless of her background, she thought of thriving. She worked towards it. And she actually is thriving. And thriving is not a destination that you get to. It's a journey and a continuous one. You keep at it. There's always more to read. There's never a place where anyone wise person can get to and they say, this is enough or something. And that is not about being content. It's about dreaming big and pursuing your dreams and being impactful while at it.
So after that, after the youth development, the youth adapt program, I got into Global Farmer Network. Now this opened a different dimension for me altogether, because we would visit farmers globally. So I visited farmers in the UK. You get to understand that farmers in the UK sit in policy level. So those big, humongous farms, I'm like, oh my God.
They're the ones setting the policy.
Oh my
That's something really key in human-centered design.
Yes.
At times, the reason why policies in agriculture or in any other space would fail is because we are designing policies or coming up with policies for people who are not at the very same tables where these policies are being discussed.
Yes. So in the Global Farmer Network, I went to the UN embassy in the UK and I sit down in those sessions as they speak things, and I realized, oh my God, we have so much injustices in how Kenya chooses ambassadors, because you're seeing people representing their countries in those engagements and you're sitting there, you're just happy to be there again. You're just happy to be there, but you listen them speak about agriculture in a global scale. The way soybeans is coming from the US, others is coming from Brazil, ingine inatoka wapi. You sit at them like, oh, so these are skills that normal people get to. So people can get to those skills. Again, that thing is happening in my mind. The seed of greatness is still being planted in my mind. You come out of there, you go to other countries, you see people who are doing onions in, oh my God, you look at that scale. You go to Zambia, a farmer has 1,000 acres of onions and a rain hose irrigation system. And then they store it properly. Then they wait for, in South Africa, there's no onions, they ship them there.
Nice.
Oh my God, why am I dreaming small? You know, I'm asking myself
It challenges
as I'm seated in those tables.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. At this time where Kenya is talking about GMOs and all those things, you listen to the US ambassador in Kenya trying to defend their end of things, as Kenyans also try to defend their end of things. You remember that case of seed sovereignty where it was supposed to be legal to plant your neighbor's seed, you can't do this mbolea there. And then you realize, oh my God, I can either be in social media sensitizing people or I can be writing where you get into those platforms and explain your African story. And then that is where you'll sit and learn storytelling. You go in places where grass that you see outside here, that is normal grass here, you go in countries, it has been patented as their grass. Unakaa unajiuliza, hii nyasi yetu hii nyasi, hii ni ile nyasi yetu. It's even called Kikuyu grass in that country. It's been patented there. And that's here we give it to our cows and our sheep. In fact, we plant it nyumbani because it is low maintenance. Hiyo inakuanga low maintenance, ndio unaachilia huko. You just start realizing how much of a blessing Africa is as a woman you are. And that's why I was talking the issues of you can just, the ability to create is within us.
Yeah.
Because agriculture is nurturing. That is one way of looking at it. And another way, it's a tool for social change. That if, as Lucy today, I can employ 10 women to just weed in my farm, at the end of the day, they have money to buy pans. That is how you look at agriculture. The minute it stops becomes about me and my profit at the end of the day, is the minute that profit comes without you thinking about it. When you start looking at it at that other skill. And I pray that I continue just seeing those things, seeing them that way. I remember when we met, there was that Betty, you know, Betty. Betty has done so much for youth in agriculture. So much. I look at her and when I do all that in one lifetime, and that is what agriculture is, a tool for social change. Yes. So now I think we can go to the farm, see what we are doing right now, as we look at what we want to be able to achieve. Yeah.
Thank you, Lucy. I hope you've really enjoyed her story, and I hope it has inspired you. You might not end up exactly doing onion farming as she has, as she's doing right now, but whatever it is that you are passionate about. I know we are talking about agriculture, and I'm a major advocate of agriculture. There'll always be a space to thrive in agriculture because people will always eat. That is the truth. But whatever it is that you endeavor to do, regardless of your background, you can actually rise from there and thrive. Please follow us to just get to the farm where Lucy is going to explain onion, the whole process of onion cultivation, from the seeds to every other process in between, all the way to harvesting and marketing. She does red onions as well as garlics. So be attentive, and we hope this will empower you. Thank you very much.